Have you ever had anything lavished on you? It's a wonderful word just to say it, lavished. It sounds decadent and exuberant. And of course that's what it's meant to mean. It's a word that we'll perhaps reserve for people such as royalty, where they've been lavished with riches or honour, praise, and so on. And yet this is what God is describing for you and me if we're his people. Here in verse 8, we're doing these daily devotions from Ephesians, and it's chapter 1 verse 8 today, and he's just been describing in this huge sentence God's grace. The Apostle Paul, he's been saying how wonderful and good and freely given it is, and he says about God's grace, he goes on in verse 8, that he lavished on us with all wisdom and understanding. God has given us his grace in this exuberant, extraordinary, generous abundance. We've been given so very much of God's grace. Praise God, we don't worship a God who's stingy. We don't serve a God who withholds good things from us, but he just loves to give and give and give. Sometimes you may know and come across people, and it's almost a little embarrassing because they just give you so much compared to what you give them. You can't outgive them. Well, this is certainly true when it comes to us and God. We can never outgive God. In fact, we can't give God anything to earn our salvation, of course. It's all of grace. But what we can give him, we can give him our hearts. We can give him our praises for all that he's done for us. The way he's lavished good things upon us. He's given us grace. And he's given it, notice, where it says, with all wisdom and understanding. So that we can understand it as well, so that we can get to grips with what grace is. It's a wonderful word, and yet do we really know what it means? You know, God's riches at Christ's expense, getting good gifts that we don't deserve. Well, I think it teaches us so many other wonderful things as well. It teaches us that we have complete, for eternity, freedom from fear, freedom from guilt, amongst other things. Let's not only enjoy God's grace, but let's really understand it. And so praise God for it.